Denny Hamlin comes out and says his comments, oh, I got him arrow loose, I never made contact with him. That's a crock of horse shit. That's bullshit, man. We all know that, dude. When you clearly watch the video, you know he made contact. It might have been minute, but he still made contact. And yeah, he left him a lane to go directly into the wall. Nobody races up there, man. So, what's going on, y'all? I'm Brandon Atlanta Man Bang, coming to you live right here at Coach's Corner, the center of the universe, Thunderbolt, Georgia. Another episode of Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Rubbin' is racing, grubbin' is tasting. Hope everybody's having a great Wednesday, man. We got a lot of NASCAR news to go over after a couple wild ones there at Pocono. Man, I tell you what, that was an awesome race. Hope you guys tuned in and watched that one. So, if you're new to tuning into the show, the way we like to start it out is what we call the word of the day. So basically the way we play this game is every time I say a word, it's going to pop up. Lauren's going to throw it up here. You're going to take a sip of your favorite adult beverage. I always like to say it's age appropriate. We're winding it down. Some kids out there at Maritime went back to school today. Most of Chatham County surrounding area goes back next week. Last week, man, better live it up hard. So get an energy drink, sweet tea, Kool-Aid, something sweet, sugary. Play along, y'all. So last week's word of the day was, I have no idea. That one's still blank to me. But this week's word of the day is going to be, who knows, man. But every time I say it, take a sip, y'all. But getting into that NASCAR news, man. If you guys tuned in Sunday, you saw Denny Hamlin in that JGR 11 came home victorious there at Pocono. That marks the 7th win in his career there at the Tricky Triangle. Actually beat out my favorite driver of all time, the GOAT, the man, the myth, the legend, the Wonder Boy himself, Jeff Gordon, which I kind of hate to see that, but whatever, you know. I still think Gordon was better at it. But at the end of the day, that also marks Denny's 50th career win, man. That's nothing to shy away from. I tell you, like him or not, Denny Hamlin's a winner, y'all. Maybe not for championships, but race wins. He's definitely a winner. So another little milestone reached there for another guy that did a lot of career over there at JGR, but now on to bigger and better things. Kyle Busch, KBM Motorsports, man, marked the 100th career win there in the Truck Series. And I tell you what, that is definitely something that is going to be, I think, a little hard to beat for him. That's a lot of wins there for one ownership. A lot of those came through Toyota, but I tell you what, he's had quite a few there with Chevrolet now as well. So, just speaks volumes on what Kyle Busch does outside of behind the wheel, man. His teams are known to win, especially that Truck Series. That's a top-level truck team. You get a ride there, one, you're going to win, you should win, and two, you're expected to win. And I think that Kyle Busch does a great job of holding drivers to that standard. And I think that's something we need a little bit more of all the way around in the sport. So big kudos out there to Kyle Busch and KBM Motorsports and everybody involved, man. 100 wins is an awesome deal. So getting on to that Xfinity race, man, Austin Hill, the Georgia boy, came home victorious and won us a little bit of cheddar. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But yeah, man, came home victorious there at Pocono. Looked like Josh Berry had it wrapped up and was going to win, but some late cautions there and some restarts. Austin Hill found a way to get that lead and held him off, baby, and got that career win, man. Another trophy there for Austin Hill, the Georgia boy. Berry, I tell you what, man, that was an exciting finish to that Xfinity race. If you guys didn't see it, I highly recommend go YouTube it, look it up, because I don't know what Josh did, if he got nervous or what he did, man, but I tell you what, he went from hero to zero real fast there, and Austin Hill just happened to be right place at right time and stole the lead and never looked back, baby, so great win there, man. So a little bit more in the, a little bit more NASCAR news, man. Nashville Fairgrounds hopefully getting restored. That's been the up-to-do this weekend NASCAR, really, if you want to ask me about the biggest piece of news. Very historic track there. It's over 100 years old. I think they started, that put them at, 1908, 1918, whatever that puts them at is, starting races there. 100-year-old racetrack, and they're trying to save it and revitalize it, very similar to what happened at North Wilkesboro. Marcus Smith was on a radio interview yesterday on Sirius, and he talked about it. He said, NASCAR history is few and far between. You have to, if you start a new track, you got to build history. And this one is trying to save and hold on to a piece of history that's already there. So hopefully everybody involved can make it happen. I think it'd be a great venue for the area. I mean, NASCAR races, ARCA races, truck, Xfinity, other style racing, concerts, sporting venues, whatever it may be. I think there's a lot of opportunities there and around Nashville to definitely make more dollars than just NASCAR coming in. And if anybody knows how to do it, it's definitely Marcus Smith. So hopefully this goes through, and hopefully they get it back in the good eyes and rebuild and revamp. And next couple of years, next thing you know, we'll be talking about having NASCAR races at Nashville Fairgrounds again, man. So big piece of news. This got my vote. So before we go any further, man, do want to give a big shout out to everybody, but if you haven't yet, please go out, like, share, follow, all that social media, man. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, but most importantly, that YouTube channel for sure. We've actually hit our goal with 300 subscribers, so we're getting ready to do something right now. We're going to ask, Alexa to generate a number 1 through 100, and at the end of the show, 300, excuse me, I'm sorry, I said 100, 1 through 300. And at the end of the show, we're going to do a little standalone and announce, who won it, and we'll be contacting you, direct messaging you, and getting your mailing info and getting out this hood. So without further ado, man, let's get this pulled up. And Alexa, give me a number 1 through 300. And this one is somebody who must have not subscribed too long ago. The hood is going out to subscriber 257. So whoever subscribed to the show, making that 257 subscribers, we're going to reach out to you here very shortly, man. Lawrence is looking it up now. But with that said and going on, man, we still got other stuff going on. We're giving away this Harvick helmet. Hopefully when we hit 400 before the end of the year, let's try to make that happen. Old Money Racing is the name there on that subscriber for YouTube that is getting ready to get mailed that Dale Jr. hood, man. I'm telling you, 06, that's a piece of nostalgia, man. That thing's going on 20 years old coming up soon. So
I hope he's in America.
Yeah, I hope he's American too. I mean, it's pretty light, but international shipping, that's a few pounds. International shipping, man, is going to get expensive, but we're going to ship it out to anybody either way. International, American ground, it don't matter where you at, we getting it to you. But Kevin Harvick helmet, hopefully at 400, man. Hopefully we can hit that this year. I think Lawrence has something in line, so maybe even if we don't get to 400, this Harvick helmet's going to go away. But hey, man, like I said, like, share, follow, spread the love. Tell your grandmama, your great aunt, your great uncle, your granddaddy, whoever, cousins, nephews, kids, tell them all, man. Subscribe to Rubbin' and Grubbin', man. Spread the love. So, going to be an awesome deal, but giveaways coming all the time, man. And I do want to mention that with all the subscribers, hopefully we get more eyes on the show, which brings more eyes on the charitable events we do here in the local area, not only on Rubbin' and Grubbin', but as well as Coach's Corner. So that's really what it's all about for myself and Lawrence. One, we get to talk about a sport we love and kind of recap the week, but two, we really get to generate, hopefully some good funds that stay local in the area. So thanks to everybody out there for subscribing. Like I said, next giveaway, Harvick helmet, going at 400, baby. So getting back into it with that win by Denny Hamlin and JGR there, that gives Toyota as a manufacturer 600 wins. There's all kinds of just win lists getting broke down this weekend. KBM with 100, Denny Hamlin with his 50th. Toyota as a manufacturer hit 600. And I think I went through 338 of those Toyota wins has come from Joe Gibbs Racing. So that's over half. Over 50% of 600 wins has come with JGR. And that is all three series combined. That isn't just Cup Series. But, that's awesome. I think Toyota showed and set the platform for, if there wants to be another manufacturer that comes into NASCAR, you better get Toyota's playbook and understand that you can't just come in with anybody's. You better find a really good race team that's willing to switch, put the time in, and you better be willing to put the money in and go out and get the talent. Because honestly, Toyota's got some of the best talent and has had some of the best talent for a really long time in NASCAR. And I tell you what, when they signed with Joe Gibbs Racing and got the drivers they got and the pickups that they got, they hit the gold mine, man. So big congrats and cheers out there to Toyota as a manufacturer as well. 600 career wins as a manufacturer, that's a lot, man. So big kudos to them. Getting on to a little SRX news, man, and Ryan Newman, baby, took home that checkered flag this past Thursday there at Safford again. Getting ready to get back into it this Thursday. Got some new players in there. Kyle Busch going to be in there. I think Connor Daly's racing in this one as well. A few other guys, man. So, like I say, it's an awesome way to start that race weekend. I consider Thursday, Friday Eve, so that's part of the weekend too, man. Hey, tune in, 9 o'clock ESPN, Alan Bestwick breaking it down. It's just an awesome form of racing. I tell you that right now. It's not NASCAR. It's not dirt track. It's its own entity. And I think that with a lot more support, it can definitely grow and travel and maybe grow from the short race schedule they have to being a little bit longer. I think that's awesome. So bringing every style driver that's out there, I mean, from open wheel to dirt track to NASCAR favorites, to everybody kind of comes together and races. And I think that's awesome. I think that's a niche that only that sport really has. I mean, NASCAR, yeah, you got some open wheel guys that come over, but to be competitive and do something different that nobody really has a handle on, SRX is where it's at, man. And they put on a great show. I watch it every single Thursday night. Like I said, Friday Eve, few cold beers, turn it on, get you hyped up for NASCAR and everything else that follows that weekend, man. IndyCar or whatever you're into. So tune in Thursday night, 9 o'clock, SRX, baby. Pulling for Kenny Schrader, as always, till he gets that win, man. Go get him, Kenny. So on to a little bit of silly season update, but before we do, we're going to pause for station identification right here on Coach's Corner Sports Network. It's hot out here, y'all. I'm telling you. I got a nice cool breeze blowing back. Lawrence hooked me up with a fan, but I'll tell you what, it don't matter. It's still hot. All right, man. So really, to be honest with you, we're still waiting on that one big domino to fall. And what I mean by that domino, I think kind of everything hinders on Martin Truex Jr., right? I mean, let's be honest. If Martin Truex Jr. goes out and at the end of the year, whenever he decides to say, yeah, I'm not driving, this is my last year, or hey, I'm staying, I think that's how you're going to tell what's big and what's not. And I think if he stays with JGR, it's not going to be as crazy as of a season as what we saw last year, but we still got some open rides out there, right? Eric Almirola, that's kind of still up in the air. We talked about that last week. Few drivers there, and I think that's going to kind of depend on who goes over to Colleague in the 31. You know, we know Justin Haley went over to Rick Ware Racing full-time next year, and, you know, he's caught a lot of backlash and been a lot of butt of memes, right? Like, oh, you know, gravestones with his name on it and his career. You know, look, we don't know what the insight into Colleague was. Maybe the writing was on the wall, and they said, hey, man, you've had your time here. We're going to move on to something new, and he needed an opportunity to find, you know, somebody different. So at the end of the day, racing somewhere full-time is better than racing nowhere or racing part-time. So ease up on Justin Haley, man. And to be honest, I think maybe Rick Ware might take a step forward, man. They might be a little bit better than what they have been. Who knows, you know? Anything's possible. So, but with that being said, we're just waiting on those dominoes to fall. So I'll keep you updated. Make sure you tune in every week to Rubbin' and Grubbin' Wednesday, 6 o'clock, Coach's Corner. I'll keep you updated on what's going on in that silly season, baby. I mean, outside of that, a lot of Xfinity silly season's been going down. And, yeah, they got soccer darts up here at Coach's, man. I just got one of the darts kind of came at me there. But, you know, Xfinity silly season, I'll tell you like this, man. Brandon Jones, a lot of rumors about him going back to JGR. We still don't know who's going to fill in for that 8 car for Josh Berry. Rumor has it, you know, you got Jeffrey Earnhardt, a lot of guys. I'd love to see Jeffrey Earnhart race for an Earnhardt, keep the name in the family. That'd be awesome. And, you know, who knows? I mean, is John Hunter staying full-time there? Is he moving up? Is things going different? I mean, there's a lot going on in the Xfinity Series as well. So I'll keep you a little bit updated on that. But make sure you tune in right here Wednesday night, 6 o'clock. Silly season updates, baby. So getting into that checkered flag for charity, but I hadn't even cussed yet, so shit, what the hell, man. We'll go ahead and cuss one good time. We'll get that swear bucket up here. Boom, baby, there it is. $1 going in, and checkered flag for charity. So if you're new to tuning in, man, we like to pick either a local charity or a local person that's near and dear to our hearts here. And so far this season, we've been doing it for Jamie Searhouse Monroe. Lost her husband, lost her mom, just kind of helping out with, you know, life experience or, you know, financial things coming off, when going from two incomes to one, and just helping her out. And so far this year, we've been able to raise, I don't have my sheet, but it's right around $3,000 for her, man. And I tell you what, that's an awesome deal. And the way what we do for the checkered flag for charity is whatever car number wins, we donate it in, baby. And Denny Hamlin won, but anything under Christopher Bell in that 20 for $20 is never enough. So another 20 going in that pot. I tell everybody all the time, doesn't matter what you're doing. If you come up here, want to donate in a checkered flag for charity, stop a waitress, stop a waiter, tell your bartender. If If you see John and Daryl coming by, let them know, hey, I want to donate in and check a flag for charity. They make sure it goes to the right place. But I do want to say thank you to all the patrons that have come out so far this year and, you know, donated in and raffled into this cooler full of joys, because all that goes into her as well. And lucky enough, John and Adele Henderson here at Coaches allowed me to do that. So awesome deal. And got some other things moving forward through the year. We're going to do some more raffles, different things. So make sure you're staying tuned in. But I say that's all possible because of the patrons of Coach's Corner and everybody involved. So it doesn't matter what it is, nickels, pennies, dimes, 10, 20s, 150s, whatever it is you got to donate. Come on, give it up. Get yourself feel good. And best part about it, all stays local, man. Helping out a local family right here in Savannah, baby. So, getting into the who's hot and who's not, man. But before we do, got to give a big shout out to my main man, Mr. Parker Eccles, owner-operator over there at Arbor, man. You see the hat. Don't get it twisted, man. Best tree service here in Savannah. Like I said, locally owned, locally operated, insured. Doesn't matter what it is. If you need some limbs cut back, need full tree removal, stump grinding, man, if you just need an estimate. We all know we're in hurricane season. Make sure you give Parker a call over there at Arbor, man. He will take care of all your tree service needs, man. Like I always say, no job too big, too small. Give Parker a call. Love you, brother. So getting into that who's hot, and nothing changed from last week too much, man. Martin Truex Jr., baby, still holding on to being the king of the mountain, still wearing the crown. Came home with an awesome finish there at Pocono again. I tell you what, they're coming in to the summer months and getting hot at the right times, I feel like. Now, I will say this, it felt like Chase Elliott came into the right time last year. He was just hot all season long and then kind of flirted a little bit in the playoffs. So I'm hoping that Truex for himself can keep it going, keep that ball rolling and momentum. We got, what, 5 races, Lawrence? 5 races left before the famous cutoff race at Daytona for the playoff starts. And a couple other, halfway decent tracks for Martin Truex. Richmond coming up, I think, is a good one to keep an eye on. But just a hot team. Him and James Smells clicking. They're riding fire and riding the lightning over there at 19th camp for JGR. So going to stay number 1. Number 2 on that list, come on, man. You know it's Young Money Kyle Larson. Had a great run going, man. Staying in that second spot. I tell you what's really aggravating to me is had a really good run until he didn't. And we're going to talk about that a little bit deeper in another segment in the show, a little bit deeper in the show. But at the end of the day, still showed he's up there, got up there, led some laps, battled for the lead. He's a contender at every track, man. So he's number 2 on the list. 3, I'm going to put somebody new on the hot list, baby, and that's the closer, Kevin Harvick. I think Kevin Harvick's due to be on that hot list, man. The closer himself, 2 top 4 finishes there. I tell you what, just an amazing way to come into the silly season. He's got it going on. I tell you what, I think if Kevin Harvick can find a way to come out and win, and we got a track I got circled that I would take him to win at coming up, this could be one of them here, but there's another one for sure. And I tell you, man, 2 back-to-back top 4 finishes, seems like they're finding speed and they're getting it together. That's one of the only cars over in that camp that I see that shows any form of speed. So hopefully I really want to see Kevin get a win to retire on. A couple guys didn't. Jimmy Johnson is one of the biggest names you could bring up, didn't win in that final retirement season. So, want to see that happen. And I think right now, turning in the right direction, baby. So 4 car, Kevin Harvick, makes that hot list, man. So getting into that not list, and Lawrence is not going to be happy with me if we black out right here for technical difficulties for a couple minutes. It's probably because Lawrence is cussing my ass out. But at the end of the day, Ryan Blaney, man, made the not list. And I don't know what's up with him, man. This should be one of those seasons he comes in kind of in that prime. And, honestly, I don't know what's going on. Ford's been off all year, and really, to be honest, they've kind of slacked off in that camp a little bit, if you ask me. Lost some speed. Just the consistency's falling off, and don't get me wrong, I think hopefully by the time we get back to the playoffs, they've kind of got it figured out and they found the speed back in those race cars. And I think they can do it, but I tell you, it's just been a rough go and a rough year outside that 1 win for Ryan there. A few good runs here and there, but a lot of gremlins, and whether it's speed, whether it's something that happens on pit road, whether it's part failure, or whether it's just driver mistake, there's been a lot of gremlins that have jumped up and grabbed a hold of that 12 team. So hopefully Penske and them guys can get together and get the engineers all sat back down and figure out what Paul Wolf's doing over there on that 22 car and just follow the leader. Because I tell you what, it seems like it's worked for Logano for a good part of the season, even though he's slacked a little bit, but Blaney has definitely been off. So hopefully Ryan gets it back and puts a smile on Lawrence's face and gets another win here either before or when we get into those playoffs, man. Ryan Preece is not on the not list. He is definitely on the not list, and I'm going to say why. One, is because of the way he's been performing, but two, man, that man's been hot-headed as hell the past couple of weekends, man. He ain't playing around. I feel like Ryan Preece, he might beat somebody, man. I tell you what, he looked like he could fight. He looked like he could throw one. I think Ryan Preece might beat the brakes off somebody if he gets the chance. If something bad happens this weekend, I think that's strike three, and you're just going to see Ryan Preece just go ahead and get suspended a race and just beat the hell out of somebody, man. So we're going to see what goes down and what happens, but he's on the not list for that, man. Got to get a little better, man. If you're not running 25th, that kind of shit don't happen, you know. I hate to do it, but to round it out, man, Alex the Showman Bowman had a good run going at Pocono too, man. I hate that for Alex, but we're going to talk about that a little bit deeper too, because it was a certain somebody that kind of did it to him, and it ain't really on that person. You'll get my intake on all that coming up on another segment of the show, so make sure you stay tuned to Rubbing and Grubbing for the full segment tonight, y'all. I'm telling you, I got some goods coming on the hard right turn, but Alex, just like I said, man, it seems like he just can't catch a break. I mean, finally found the speed and had some really good runs there going at Pocono and just didn't formulate to being anything at the end of the race, and I hate that for him. So, you know, listening to the Godfather, Dave Moody, on the way in, question of the day was, is Hendrick batting 50% going into the playoffs? And I think, nah, man. I think they're batting at least 750. Hopefully both of them can find a way to win. But I know Chase Elliott's getting ready to win a race, y'all. I'm telling you right now. He's getting ready to win a damn race. He gained a few points this week. I need some bad juju to happen on some guys ahead of him. I need him to run up front, lead some laps, get some stage points, at least shrink this down the next 3 races. But we got 2 road courses coming up and Daytona, man. Chase Elliott winning the race. 300 cars make the playoffs at minimum. But back to Bowman, got to get it together, brother. You're going to have to figure out a way, man. You got to get it together and figure out a way to put that car in victory lane and get that win. So getting into that next segment, man, the Pocono recap. Denny Hamlin wins at Pocono after a controversial finish on Sunday. He squeezed Kyle Larson, got the air off of him is what he likes to say, got the lead, NASCAR dropped the ball on the late caution. I'm going to talk more about it, but still, NASCAR, to hell with y'all. And to Denny Hamlin, to hell with you too, bro. That's all I got for swearing money tonight, y'all. But at the end of the day, I think NASCAR dropped it harder than Hamlin. We'll touch base on that in just a little bit. So, it was a wild race all the way around, man, to be honest with you. I think that, you know, we finally saw a really good race there with some different pit strategies, tires, fuel, everything. Kind of came down to the nitty-gritty there. A lot of players up there I thought kind of were going to contend, fell off, fought their way back up. Just an awesome race. So anybody out there that says that race was horrible, I ain't got no more dollars. But you know, if you can read my mind, you're reading my mind right now. And it's probably a lot worse word than what I just said on the show. But, you know, it didn't go without just Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson having their little tidbits, man. Tyler Reddick and Austin Dillon got into it a little bit there. I don't know if, to me, if you look at the replay, it looked like Austin squeezed him down a little bit, didn't know he was there. Tyler didn't lift, drove her in there. I'm not going to say, I think it was a 50-50 deal. And I think Austin, after watching the replay, probably saw that himself. But with that being said, temperatures are running high. It's summertime. Car temps are hot. He got pissed. Guess what my main man did? Took his damn helmet off and threw a helmet at Tyler Reddick's car under caution. That ain't the first time we've ever seen that go down, but I will say this, y'all. That's the first time I ever saw it not hit the car. And this is coming from a kid that played in the Little League World Series, man. Come on, dog. You got to at least make contact with the car and get up there and hit it. Austin, I love you, man, but damn, dude. You know, we're going to see. I think Richmond's going to be a perfect place for a lot of fist fighting afterwards or a lot of car banging, one of the two. We're going to find out. And not only to mention with that, man, Corey Lajoie and damn, you know, Ryan Preece, I just mentioned them getting into it, man. Ryan Preece, he was not playing that, and Corey broke it down on his podcast, Stacking Pennies. And he goes, look, I'll take a little bit of fault to that. I thought, you know, that Alex Bowman was still pissed from a couple weeks ago at Chicago, and he was going to drive it in there 3 wide, not lift, and wash up a little bit. So I anticipated that. He didn't. I didn't move down. I washed up. I got Ryan Preece. You know, he kind of took a little bit of that blame for it. So you can't be mad at that, right? But damn, that was a good little video from that in-car, man. He was not having that. Ryan Preece was not playing that at all, baby. But back to the good stuff, man. Kevin Harvick, as I mentioned earlier, and some other drivers, top 4, man. Ty the Prophet Gibbs, man. Come on, man. That man got his best career finish right there at 5th place. I had him top 3. Me and Lawrence had him top 3, baby, on the money line last week. At one time, he was sitting up there solid. We were close, man. But I don't know if y'all seen the picture of Ty Gibbs for NASCAR's, like, little, you know, on their page. Lawrence, you see that? You see my comment? You think it's okay if I say that on here? Or I should probably hold it. Okay. His comment, one, I know he's a young kid and he's only 19 years old, right? But, dude, that picture looks like he's auditioning for kiddie porn. I swear to God, man. If y'all ain't seen it yet, go on NASCAR, look up driver pictures, and look at Ty Gibbs, man. And I'm not jocking him. That just means he's going to be a good, young-looking man as he gets older. But I swear to God, it's the hand pose and the posture like this. It's like something you would see in Sears catalog back in, like, 1992. Like, definitely audition for kidney porn, man. I'm telling you. And I hate to say it. I don't condone any type of that shit. But if there is an audition for any of that, or you trying to sell a little kid to a market overseas somewhere or in America somewhere, Ty Gibbs got the pose for you, man. So, like I said, man, Pocono left us with a lot of drama. We got more darts. Hey, y'all looking for something to do tonight? Come on to Coach's Corner, man. Play some inflatable soccer darts, man. It's pretty badass. I'm not lying. We got a group of folks playing now. But it's set up for some drama there going into Richmond, man. I think the last 2 weeks have been some of the best racing we've seen back-to-back all year long. I mean, you guys know at the end of the year I do my favorite track rundown races, and we break all those races down and what were my favorite from first to last. But the last few weeks have been exciting. If you're a NASCAR fan, man, it's on the uppity-up. I'm telling you right now, we're only growing back as a sport. Will it ever reach late 90s, into the 2000s? I hope. I really hope, man. But we're continuing to grow economically and fan base, and that's awesome. So, and that's due to part of the good racing. That's due to the drivers out there, baby. So, at the end of the day, good racing over the past few weeks. Can't wait till we get to Richmond. Temperatures hot inside and outside the car. It's going to be some drama, baby, for your mama. I promise you that. So getting into that Richmond preview, but before we do, y'all, I gotta get a little rehydration. Pause for station identification. Coach's Corner Sports Network, y'all. That's right. So going back to another short track, man. Back to Richmond again. I tell you what, Toyota's been really strong there historically over the last 4 or 5 years, 6 years. I tell you, they got some runners, contenders there that are hot right now. Denny Hamlin to name one, Martin Truex Jr. I mean, Christopher Bell had a really good run there, and Ty Gibbs, to be honest with you. All 4 of their cars are hot going into Richmond. But Kyle Young Money Larson, man, won it. Came off with that win last year. Got that first career there at Richmond. Can he repeat? Can he do it again? I'm going to tell y'all right now, I think my boy Chase getting ready to come out and get it, baby. I think Chase Elliott, hey, go back and look at statistics. Josh Berry in that 9-car finished second there. I think Chase has got just as much talent as Josh does. They got some good notes to come off of. This could be one where Elliott sets sail into the sunset, baby. Bulldog at Richmond. Mark my words, you heard it here first. If not, I'll donate $5 into the damn checkered flag for charity cause next week. If Chase Elliott don't win $5 out of my pocket, going in, man. But make sure you guys tune in Sunday, live Richmond race, baby. This is a good one. I don't miss this one. This is a good race, short track racing at its finest, man. Love it. Somebody's going to get hungry. Somebody's moving somebody this weekend. I feel it, y'all. Getting into that top 5, I hate to do it, but I got to take Denny Hamlin number 1. Got to. Home track, Richmond, Virginia, kind of like Martinsville. Yeah, it hates me. It pains me. If I had more dollars, I'd throw him in there. I feel like I just said a cuss word with Denny Hamlin's name. But at the end of the day, man, he's good. He knows what he's doing. Uh-oh, Lawrence got money coming out. Lawrence say, here, go ahead. But I tell you what, man, Denny Hamlin, is good there, and I'm not going to jock him. I'll take him number 1 on that list. Number 2 for me, Kyle Larson. I think that he's got another good chance to bring the same equipment back. He did him good. He laid it to him there in the spring. So I think he's got a really good shot. 3, come on, y'all. You know it's going to be Chase the Bulldog Elliott. I can't take him too damn far down that list. I just told you $5 to go in if you don't win. I think he's got a really good shot here. Like I mentioned earlier, Josh Berry finishing second as that fill-in earlier in the year. I think that Chase Elliott can do just the same. He really needs a good top 5, top 3 run, leading some laps, maybe jump some of these guys in the points, gain some points on some of these guys. And we need a little bit of bad luck for some of them and him with some really fast race cars over the next 5 weeks for him to point in. But like I said, if he wins, he's in, baby, and that's all that matters. 4 for me, another Toyota, Martin Truex Jr., man. I don't see how you can deny him. Got that win there at New Hampshire. I think they're going to bring another really fast, good race car there to Richmond again. So keep an eye on that 19, Joe Gibbs Racing, baby. Got it going on. Last but not least, a guy that's been pretty quiet over the last few weeks, but again, top 5 finish there at Richmond in the spring. And that's Ross Chastain, the Watermelon Man himself. I think he's due for another good run. He's been quiet. I think it's time for it to come up, baby. Time to go. Dark horses. I got quite a few dark horses you got to watch out with. And I think what I'm doing is basically I got 5 for 5 races left. Next week will be 4, 3 will be 2, you know, into et cetera, et cetera. We'll count them down. But 5 dark horses for this week. Kevin Harvick got this one at Richmond Raceway a few times in his career. Got speed over the last few weeks. Got to keep an eye on him. The 6 of Brad Keselowski, top 10 finish there in the spring when we were there. I think there again got momentum headed in the right direction. Wouldn't surprise me. Got career wins there as well. 4, Ty Gibbs, still looking for that first career win, but they've been bringing really fast race cars in and week out over the last few weeks. I think Ty's got a really good chance. The Prophet himself could come home victorious there. 34, McDowell. There again, top 10 in the spring. I think they're going to bring back good equipment, good pit stops. I think they can go ahead and maybe contend for a win, at least the top 3. And last but not least, Alex the Showman Bowman, baby. I think it's time. He's got to show up. Showman's got to put on a show, come out and get a win. Got to do it, man. So those will be my dark horses this week for sure, y'all. So getting into another segment of the show, that money line. But before we do, money line presented by Redfin Polarized, baby. Whether you got money on the line or a wall hanger, make sure you see it clearly with the best polarized sunglasses on the planet, baby. Italian frames, Carl Zeiss lenses, 100% polarized, dude. I'm telling you, nobody does it like this. Made for the woods, made for the water, made for date night, baby. Styling and profiling, like Ric Flair said. Woo! I'm telling you right now, man, whether it's offshore or on the lake, man, do not be caught without your Redfin Polarized. And like I always say, check out that website when you go to check out with a fresh, brand new pair. I know they got new styles, new finish colors on the frames. I'm digging some, man. These Hatteras black frames, I wish I had those. The gray red ones are pretty fire too, but if you hadn't seen them yet, make sure you go check it out. I'll probably be, my wife's kind of hindering me on getting another set. I'm probably going to buy 2 when I do, but probably be around November for me, y'all. So keep the lookout for Brandon Atlanta Man Bane in the comment section. Y'all know it to me buying the glasses, but customer service 100. And like I said, when you get to that checkout, make sure you put in Rubbin' and Grubbin' 15. Save you 15% at checkout, baby. Getting on to that money line, man. Well, y'all, we dropped the ball. I ain't gonna lie, we dropped the ball. Me and Lawrence were conversating. Denny's damn odds weren't that great by the time we got to him, so we said, you know what, the hell with Denny Hamlin. We ain't taking him. And I'll be damned if Denny Hamlin didn't win the damn race. I'm throwing IOUs in there right now. But, you know, what can you expect, man? 7 times there at Pocono, but at the end of the day, hey, if you follow us on social media, yeah, that was first pick, right? First pick, man. But at the end of the day, if you tuned in Saturday and you saw who we bet on, baby, hey, you saw it. Austin Hill for that win, baby. $75 unit, 75 unit bet. Profit is $475, man. Hey, $425 unit profit. I'll take that on Xfinity. So we still did good this weekend. But dropped the ball a little bit, but we were close, man. We were close. Had we taken him and had a top 3 finish, we probably would have made a little bit there. But, you know, hey, it's like that sometimes. It bees that way, man. And at the end of the day, when you're looking at favorites this week, I mean, at Kyle Larson, plus 450. You got Denny Hamlin coming in at 5. Truex, I think 650 or 700. I mean, a lot of guys are right around 650, right? So if you follow us, you know what we like to do. We're going to find one or two of those guys to make a little bit or break even. You know, I'm more interested a little bit deeper in the field, like really good odds on Elliott and Chastain. I think those boys are sitting at like 1,600, plus 1,600. And both of them ran, both those cars finished top 10, top 5 when we were in Richmond in the spring. So they got a good shot. That's a good payout there. You know, you got some kind of in between. I think Harvick's at like plus 900, Logano, a few of those guys that are kind of fill-ins in there, Christopher Bell. You know, we'll dabber in that a little bit. We'll probably pick one of those guys out of those 3 I mentioned. But a little deeper in the field, huge potential in the field. Ty Gibbs, the 34 in McDowell got huge potential for top 3 as well as wins, and Bad Brad. And I want to say Michael McDowell, the odds I looked at, opening odds to win at Richmond, which I guess he's got a real bad career record there, but I mean, it's like plus 150,000, plus 200,000 or something crazy like that, man. So at the end of the day, what I'm telling you is if you're looking for a guy and you got some really good odds on him, McDowell could be that guy for a top 3, top 5, top 10 if where you place your bets does that. So keep an eye on those odds, man. Follow us on that social media yet again. Lawrence does a good job posting them Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Show you who we take. Comment, man. We'd love to see who y'all take. Maybe we can swap notes back and forth. So getting ready to get into that hard right turn, but before we do, got to give a big shout out to Lamar's Body Shop. Lamar, the man, the myth himself. Thank you for everything you do for rubbing and grubbing, baby. 35 plus years taking care of all Savannah auto collision needs. Doesn't matter what it is, man. You got your girl keyed your car up, need a paint job, got in an accident, need an estimate, need to replace a hood or something. Man, go check Lamar out. 2301 Getaway Road, Lamar Body Shop. The best automotive collision repair body shop in Savannah area. And it's a win-win. It's a hop, skip, and a jump. You drop your car at Lamar's, you come over here at Coach's, eat some lunch, Lamar gets the estimate put together for you, you go back, pick the car up. It's like a double whammy, man. It's a win-win, baby. So make sure you do it. But again, 2301 Skidaway Road, Lamar's Body Shop, the best in the business. Lamar and his team know exactly what you need and what they're doing. They ain't gonna BS you, man. They ain't gonna lowball you. They ain't gonna, you know, screw you over. They gonna do what needs to be done, man. Lamar's Body Shop, 2301 Skidaway Road, baby. Hard right turn. I'm going to take my glasses off because I got a little brow sweat going, man. They fogging up my lenses. I'm telling you, it's hot as hell out here. I ain't lying, man. Yeah. Two hotter than 2 rats screwing in a wool sock, man. Woo! All right, man. Hard right turn, baby. So what's right and what's wrong? Where do we draw the line? What's going on with everybody? Why do we complain as fans when it's our guy that gets taken out and somebody does it, right? And look, I'm not a Denny Hamlin fan. I don't agree with a lot of the crying baby bullshit that he puts on, right? But at the end of the day, this refers to the on-track incident drama from this past weekend. Look, I love NASCAR as a sport, and we're going to start with the caution, all right? NASCAR, to me, really dropped the ball. And I know Ellen Sora came out and said, well, you know, he kind of got started again, and then he stalled out, and that's when we decided to throw the caution. Look, man, at the end of the day, that was a really, really exciting finish to that race. And I feel like another restart was in, I mean, Ryan Preece spun out, came all the way down, stalled out. Before they went and took that white flag, we knew that should have been a caution. Every fan watching said that should have been a caution. Well, they didn't throw it. 2.2 mile track you're going around. You come all the way back around down the backstretch through turn 3. You know, it's just like it took a long time. They could have thrown the caution. They didn't. They dropped the ball. That's just me. I think NASCAR needs to reevaluate what we do inside of 10 laps with cautions. I also feel like when we're inside of 5 laps, caution laps shouldn't count. I feel like that, you know, maybe even 10 laps. Caution laps shouldn't count, man. When you're inside 10 laps, I think that it should freeze the lap count. I mean, 4 laps, 5 laps around Pocono is just too much, man. It's way too much. So I think NASCAR's got some things they need to change. They need to reevaluate the way they go about throwing cautions, the criteria for a caution to be thrown. And I also think they need to look at what we can do inside 10 laps if a caution does come out. And yeah, I know the downside to that is you know, longer races, oh my God, everybody's going to wreck everybody on the restarts and this and that and yada yada. Well, you know, that just kind of goes along with the cookie as it crumbles. If you take the green flag on lap 10 and it goes to lap 9 and there's a caution that comes out, lap 8, you know, count that one lap. You know, as it completed, it goes to lap 8, you know. Minimize the number, you know, of cautions. Do something. There's something that can be done. But NASCAR definitely dropped the ball. That cost, I felt like, another real good restart that was very well warranted, and I feel like the guy that won the race definitely probably wouldn't have won the race. But at the end of the day, I think it took something away from the fans. I think it took something away from some of the drivers out there that have put themselves in position to maybe go out and steal a win and get a win. So at the end of the day, just my thoughts on it. Elton, y'all go back to work, man. Figure something out for those cautions, criteria, and freezing the field on caution laps, man. All right, man. Now, getting to the on-track stuff and the really good stuff that has really caused a lot of controversy up and down throughout social media and all the NASCAR shows. And look, Denny Hamlin comes out and says his comments, oh, I got him arrow loose. I never made contact with him. That's a crock of horse shit. That's bullshit, man. We all know that, dude. When you clearly watch the video, you know he made contact. It might have been minute, but he still made contact. And yeah, he left him a lane to go directly into the wall. Nobody races up there, man. So at the end of the day, look, there's some history there. He did it to him at Kansas to get that first win. You know, he got the air off of him. You know, he clipped him on that left rear. Come on, man. Now, this is coming from a guy who wanted to cry about how Chase the Bulldog Elliott nearly took his life and stole his soul, you know, because he right rear hooked him. I don't give a damn. I stand by what Chase did, and this is why Chase did it, because of that on-track bullshit that Denny Hamlin likes to do and is known to do. He did the same shit to Chastain last year at Pocono. He did the same damn thing at Larson at Kansas, right? And he did the same damn thing to him at Pocono. Now, look, I ain't upset with him. It's for a win. You ain't going to hear me down him and go, he shouldn't have done it. He did what he had to do. All I'm saying is own up to what you do. Be like, yeah, I did it. You know, maybe he's a little scared to open his mouth because NASCAR fined him when he said, oh, this is what I did. I meant to wreck Chastain. At the end of the day, man, if NASCAR is going to start fining everybody for making a little contact or getting a guy loose or ruffling the feathers or, you know, rattling the cage, as Dale Sr. used to do, one of the men that built NASCAR up to what it even was, if NASCAR is going to start fining and penalizing guys for that, then we got big issues, man. We got big issues. At the end of the day, he didn't hurt nobody, all right? He squeezed him. You're right. Larson could have let out. Do I think it's great etiquette for a guy that talks about respecting the garage area and no couth anymore? Nah, I don't see that. So I'm going to give Denny Hamlin a little piece of advice, man. When you get a taste of your own medicine, when somebody does that ish to you, don't get out that little FedEx car crying, writing your mama, sending your mama a letter and ask her to come tuck you in and sucking your thumb, bro. You better man up and just go, hey, it is what it is. I deserved it. I can promise you that. Because I bet you won't do it to Chase Elliott again. Mark my words, I guarantee you won't do it to Chase Elliott again. Because he's going to do the same thing. He ain't playing that. He's going to put you. He's going to right rear hook you, send your head first into the wall and go, well, another race it is, I guess. Whoop-de-doo. So Larson ain't that guy, right? And like I said, I'm not going to jock on Hamlin too hard. It's a racing deal, right? It was for the win. He did what he felt like he needed to do, and that's where a lot of the foundation is built on in NASCAR, is for a win. Now, everybody out there can hate on me and go, well, Elliott did it, and it wasn't a win, it wasn't this. Nah, but Hamlin squeezed him. Hamlin put him in the wall. He made contact with him twice. He was done with it. I agree with what he did. That's my personal opinion. All y'all can go, oh, my God, he could have killed him, this and that. I'm not going to get into all that right now. I already talked about it. But at the end of the day, I ain't ragging on Hamlin too hard. Did what he did for a win. Now, I hope Larson takes a look in the mirror and goes, you know what? I'm going to race that guy different. Next time that I'm beside him on track, I'm not going to leave him any room. When I'm on the inside and he's on the outside, I'm going to squeeze him into that wall. I'm going to clip him in the rear. I'm going to rough him up a little bit. Larson doesn't drive like that, but at the end of the day, that's what he needs to do. Next chance he gets, if it's for a win or it's for a position, go ahead. Late in the race, go ahead, Kyle. I ain't going to be mad at you, Young Money. I ain't going to be mad at you one bit. I hope you do it. So, best thing about it, no penalties came out. Nobody's getting suspended. Nobody got points taken away. Nobody got fined. They're letting it be a racing incident, which I love. I like. I think that Kyle Larson coming up after the end of the race and door checking him a little bit shows his displeasure. I've seen that a million times too. No penalty needs to come of that. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not going to get upset at Denny. He's been on both ends of it. I'm not going to get upset at Kyle Larson, as much as a lot of fans out there like to say he hadn't done it. He's done it a little bit as well. He's been on both ends of it. So at the end of the day, we just got to quit the complaining and quit being pissed off as fans and just be involved and like it. Enjoy it. You know, it was your guy on the receiving end this time. Maybe next time it'll be somebody else's. Maybe it'll be Denny. At the end of the day, it is what it is, man. It's part of what makes NASCAR great. Nobody penalized for that contact. And either way, it's good for the fans and it's great for the damn sport, man. So keep it up. Keep racing hard out there, y'all. That's all I'm saying. And don't take no shit from that 11 car. So that's going to wrap it up for the rubbing. We are on to the grubbing, baby, and I got a staple. Hey, I love you too, baby. I love you too. Fan base in the house tonight, baby. So I got a treat. This is one of the staples. It's one of my damn favorites. I will promise you that. I absolutely love them from up here. I get them all the damn time. I went with the same side as last week, baby, because the damn onion rings were so good. But we got those fried wings, man, and they got, I don't know, 12, 15 different flavors in here. I go with the Texas peanut and butter or the hottest that they can possibly get them because that's just how I roll. A couple sides of ranch, baby. A little extra Texas peanut and butter. I'm all over it, baby. Like I said, Coach's Corner, the kitchen is amazing. There is nothing bad on this menu, I promise you. If you have not had a meal yet from Coach's Corner, you are missing out, baby. You are either, like I said, incarcerated or living under a rock, baby, or outer space. You got to come up to Coach's and check this kitchen out. The staff from top to bottom is awesome. Everybody in that kitchen rocks it out. If there's something you specially want to do, little lemon pepper sprinkle on some buffalo, they'll do it for you. Changing up something on the menu, you want to do it away. If it's within means, John and his crew here at Coach's will make it happen for you, baby. Come up, Coach's Corner. Good food, good friends. Come get it, baby. Best drinks in town. Right here, Coach's Corner, y'all. So, getting on, man. Got to give a big shout out to everybody. Got the Coach's Show, Sports Network. Like I said, Carl DeMasi. Think you can stream that every Monday. Is it Monday or Tuesday, Lawrence? Every Tuesday with that Who's on First Base, keeping you up to date, everything baseball. Him and Kyle Lawson do a great job breaking down everything MLB, what the Braves got going, what the Cubs got going, what everybody's got going on. We're getting into, you know, we're after the All-Star break, man. We don't have long before we start talking about pennant races, wild cards in the playoffs, man. Trade deadlines coming up here, what, August 1st? Few days, got the trade deadline coming up, baby. Who's moving where, what their thoughts on. So make sure you tune in to that podcast. You can stream it. Can't remember the name of where they go through directly. But I'm pretty sure you can catch it anywhere you stream your podcast. You just look it up. Who's on First Base? Like I said, Carl DeMasi, Kyle Lawson, the baseball guru, breaking down that MLB, baby. Also, make sure you tune in to Carl DeMasi Prep Sports Report live right here in the Sound Garden every Saturday, 9 a.m. until. Coach Carl DeMasi does a great job keeping you up to date on everything sports in the Savannah and local area. You know, what's going on moving into this season. Doesn't matter if it's track, swimming, baseball, football, basketball, soccer, golf, bass fishing. Yeah, bass fishing. They got actually bass fishing. Archery, whatever it is. You got something, make sure you ask Carl DeMasi on that sports report live, 9 a.m. right here at Coach's Sound Garden. Make sure you go out and check out that YouTube channel as well and subscribe to Coach's Show, the Carl DeMasi Sports Prep Report. It is freaking awesome. I subscribe. If I can't catch it live because I'm at work, I'll make sure I tune in and view it at least a little bit, odds and ends, throughout the week. Awesome, awesome job, Coach. Keep up the good work, man. So that's going to wrap it up. I usually do the outro and use this as a little piece to talk about something that's going on in society today, man. I will just say this. We got to get some more love in this world, man. The news I read every day is just disheartening and sad. The things that we're doing to each other as human beings is just uncalled for, man. I mean, some of the stuff, dude, I just don't understand how you can possibly do that. There's monsters out here among us, man. We got to get some love back, not only in our school systems, but we got to get, you know, God more involved back in our lives, whether it's God, Jesus Christ himself, or whatever God it is you pray to in your religion. We got to get some love back out here in the schools and in the streets, man. We got to take care of each other. We're not taking care of each other at all, man. I tell you, I was talking to a lady today at work, and I said, you know, the biggest downfall of today's society that I see is nobody socializes anymore. Nobody talks to anybody anymore, man. There's no, like, respect anymore. You know, I don't see young guys holding doors open for older ladies or carrying old ladies' groceries or asking if they need help, or, you know, just, you know, the common courtesies you just don't see out here anymore. You know, the respect that you had for your elders, whether it was your mom or your neighbor or your granddad or somebody you didn't even know. It's just respect. They've been on this earth a lot longer than we have, and we just lost that. And we've lost that with each other, right? You don't see people, hey, how you doing? Oh, man, where are you coming in from? You know, small talk, whether it be out, sitting next to somebody, talking next to somebody at the grocery store, excuse me, whatever it may be. We don't have that anymore. We're losing that. And it's going to be a sad day when we lose that completely. So spread the love. Like I said, raise them right, treat them right, change your ways. And, you know, like I say, man, just make sure you're safe. And as always, y'all, give your loved ones a big hug and a kiss on the cheek. Till next time, stay safe. And as always, bam. Dang, that's the first time I missed that, dude. Yeah, we got to do that again. I can't believe I just missed that. My baseball coach would be pissed. Wash your hands, y'all. Love y'all, man. Hey, all right. Hey, all right.
I thought I saw him throw a Bud Light in that can.
No Bud Light in there.